Neville's hole, I've a huge behind. You curse as you struggle to squeeze through the window. You get your front end easily, but despite the Thog's monster bending the bars earlier, is still a bit tight for your bulbous abdomen. Vibrations in the chamber below draw your attention. There is a blurry shape of a man in the chamber, and a smaller humanoid shape that you believe is a woman. Gods, a monster! Comes a deep voice from the man. That you more feel than hear. The man steps forward, throws something thin long at you, then that object strikes you. Sharp pain lances through your body, making you shake uncomfortably. The jolts of the pain helps push you through the bar at last. I thought he said at least. Yeah, I would say at least would be a better word than at last here. You scuttle along the chamber walls, following the sliding vibrations of what you must be, the Thogian monster. Kill it, shouts a higher voice. Maiden Avis, your hearing is strange but sensitive. You're pretty sure it's her. The womanly figure that you think is Avis rushes at you, but it's easy to keep out of her reach as you climb the walls quickly. Down a spiral stairways you go, keeping on the walls, still falling after the monster. Crawl near the floor, champion. Your spell is nearly spent, says Egra. He wants to transform you back, but you're so fast as a spider, and by its vibration you can feel that your prey is near. It would be great pleasure to leap upon it and sink your spider fangs in it. What do? I do have the favor for it, but I think it might be bad, considering that whilst we are fighting, what's his name? Whilst we're fighting the monster, Avis will show up and bombard the shit out of us with some random spells, so I'd rather not. So crawl to the floor and transform back. Crawled onto the floor after a sudden moment of darkness, suddenly rolling down the stairs as a man. Told you it was of a short duration, says Egra. The clanking footsteps, you see Avis and a soldier come around the bend of the stairway. Identify yourself, shouts the man, brandishing a sword. Rooster, says Avis. Crestman, do not harm this man. He's an ally of Aletheia. Hear that, Egra? I'm an ally of Aletheia. How does that feel? Egra isn't answering, yet you can still feel her faintly. No doubt she is semi-hiding from the Lathian priestess. The soldier who Avis calls Crestman, nods and lowers his sword. His eyes lying next to you. Viper, he says. Leans down, picks up a spear from the stairway near you. How do you get all the way down here? He whispers to his weapon. Did you see the spider? Says Avis. Oh yes, it left. You say, where? Says Crestman. You say, looking down the stairway, unsure where an exit is. It just disappeared. Maybe an illusion or something? Avis nods. Thog is known to use illusions on occasions. Although it is not his preference, his abomination must be desperate to escape us. You smile and shake your fist in the air. Why the fuck would I do that? That's kind of cringe. But it's Kriya, you ask. Resting in the loving bosom of Aletheia. She is dead? You exclaim. That's what I was thinking. She's resting in the loving bosom of Aletheia. He's like, she's dead? I would say the same thing. And instead of exclaim, it should be like, I should be happy. Like, oh, she's dead? Thank you. It saves me trouble of killing her. Though I would be kind of sad if I don't get to kill her myself. I really, really want to kill her myself. I want to look in her in the eye, her fucking cold eyes, as I sink a dagger into her heart and watch like her say why as her like life bleeds out of her eyes. That's what I want to do. Like, honestly, holy shit, I would kill the shit out of her if I get the opportunity. Hell, I would even take Thog's side if it allows me to kill fucking Kriya. Not if I die in the process, okay? My life would be the highest highest level, right? Up in this whole situation. After that, I can deal with Kriya as it pleases me, if the game allows me. More than likely, she is supposed to be the male-female lead. Sooner or later, her boyfriend will die or something, and then she'll like fall for us or some bullshit like that. Hopefully, that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Apologies, she's recovering from the Thogian curse, says Avis. Apologies, I sometimes forget I'm not speaking to one of the faithful. We hunt the monster, says Crestman. Maiden Avis, you wanted reinforcement. I hope this one man is not what you had in mind. Watch your tongue, sir, says Crestman. I bested 9 of the 10 men in my entrance training. Supposedly Crestman is addressing you, but is looking at Avis, his eyes adoring. I could not find the Duke, and so his knights took the soldiers and spread out, says Avis, her mouth hardening. They seek to glorify themselves. Will be more than enough, says Crestman, still focusing on Avis. Have you seen the Thogians come? Asks Avis. Why is it saying twice? It says Avis? Oh no, first Crestman said it, and now it's Avis. Sometimes Avis doesn't sound a female name to me for some reason, so I'm gonna think it's a dude. Oh, I saw him all right. You say, follow the water. You point at the splotches of wetness on the steps, glistening in the light cast by lamps on the wall. I knew it, says Avis, gritting her teeth. I could feel his foul spirit. It will pay for what it did to High Priestess Rolandor and the others. I mean, you would think, like, if it was able to kill fucking High Priestess and shit, it would be much stronger than what we can handle, but I guess their god Thog helped, considering it's his son. Kind of like Egra, but Egra is in a necklace instead of like physical form. Cressman leads the way as you follow the trail of wet slither prints. Notice that it's not just water from the moat that you're following. There's grey goo as well. That's probably from where you wounded the thing. There is nothing else down here but the dungeons, whisper Cressman, and this is the only entrance. The abomination must not be trying to escape after all, says Avis. Move with caution, Cressman. It could be an ambush. Yes, it enjoys eating people's faces, you say. Maybe he enjoys eyeballs or something, but seems to be getting larger and stronger and larger from it. It draws upon the soul, says Avis, a most expedient methods of power. So how exactly is he doing that? Is he like eating the soul? I don't think that's actually a possibility in this world. I don't think anyone, not even like the strongest of the gods, can actually destroy a soul. I think they crush a soul, essentially what they do. Once a soul is crushed, part of its power and its identity is like crushed into like strength, and that get funneled into the person crushing the soul. But after that, the remnants of the soul always return to the spiral staircase or whatnot. It's not necessary that they would be reborn, but soul crushing kind of like sorta destroys the soul, but the soul still exists. Like if my soul gets, like Rooster's soul gets crushed, he would just end up in the spiral stairway, which is a thing from Wizard's Choice. If you want the overall godly lore, you should definitely play that game, or you can watch my Let's Play. It might be kind of cringe considering back in the day I did not know what the settings on this mic was, and it sounds so bad because like the entirety of the background audio is getting picked up. Now it's much better. Anyhow, where were we? In silence, your party continues down another short flight of stairs and along a hall until you reach a large reinforced door with bars on the window. This must be entrance to the dungeon. Shrieks of unfettered panic are coming through the window. Freshman hurries to the barred window and peers in. Monster indeed, he whispers back. Now the tip of his spear trembles. Nevertheless, the soldier looks pointedly at Avis and sucks in a deep breath. If I perish, pray that Aletheia takes me to her bosom. Avis shakes her head and whispers, step aside, soldier. Alethea's servant shall be the first to face this monster. Alright. I have a question though. As far as I know, Alethea's priests, female one at least, I don't know about the males, but I don't think female ones actually have like a celibacy, they're not celibates as far as I know. They have no like, they have never taken an oath to not bear children or not have sex or something like that. I'm pretty damn sure they can, because Narissa was like romantically involved with us and we did kiss her, as far as I can remember. So I'm guessing that, Aletheia doesn't really mind that their priests are like involved romantically with others, so he does have a chance. Cressman, you must go first, champion, says Egra. As usual, the godling is treating you like fodder. You could fight her, but that has proven difficult in the past. Besides, you owe Avis for healing you for those loathsome rat bites, not bite rats. Fine, but you must shield me from his evil this time, you say. You must. I have the most fighting experience, this fiend, you say to Avis and Cressman. I'll be the first to push through the door. You quickly push through the door, ducking under the arm of Cressman. You consider taking a moment to look through the window to prepare yourself for whatever is on the other side. However, if you delay, likely Avis or Cressman will take the initiative from you. Egra, I need you now. As you open the door, the screams become louder. Inside is a dungeon corridor lined in barred cells. Oh, it's killing the... what is it? Prisoners? Yeah, I'm guessing it's killing the prisoners. In the cell closest to you is a fresh corpse of a man missing its face. His head has been twisted and pulled through the bars. The Thogan monster is few cells down, its tentacle wrapped around the bars, its body engulfing the head of another prisoner. Yes, it's definitely getting larger. It was the size of a large cat when you first saw it back in the Alethian temple, the size of a man in the moat, and now a bag of its body is 2 meters in diameter. Yeah, it's definitely trying to become the carrion monster. The tentacles are longer too, perhaps 10 meters now. Holy shit, 10 meters? 10 meters! We can't possibly approach this thing. What the hell? That's ridiculous. A fucking mage is the only thing that can deal with this at this point, as far as I can tell. I mean, if it has proper control of its tentacles, we cannot possibly get close to it. until unless we have like a fire mage or something amongst our midst, and I don't think Aletheia can do that. And Kriya is quote unquote dead. Not exactly. I mean, I know they're just trying to say that she's resting, but it's fucking hilarious the way she put it. She's in the bosom of Aletheia, and it sounds like she died or something. But regardless. In the cell across from the monster is a terrified looking man. His back up flat against the wall as far as he can get from the Thog monster. He's well muscled with short cropped hair. You recognize him. He's that rude knight, Sir Ligard, who was questioning you and Kriya earlier as you tried to get into the castle. You nearly didn't recognize him without his armor or his half-drunken smug look on his face. I don't think there's a need for a comma here. It would just, it would work with a straight line of his half-drunken smug looking face or something like that. A guard in leather armor walks out from the open door of the cell beyond the monster. He's clutching a bloodied short sword in one hand and a ring of keys in his other. His eyes are wide and staring. He seems unconcerned with the monster and wriggling tentacles. Notch an arrow and draw back. A wave of nausea and weakness hits you. I am protecting you, shouts Egra. Smite the Danthogian scum. Okay, working through your sickness, you focus on... Wait, who is this dude, by the way? This random guard shows up who does not give a shit about the... I guess he must be under the mind influence of Hog. Yeah, technically I am a priest of Egra, right? I mean, a priest of Ohur. So why like Aletheia, the other Alethian priest I have with me, Avis, she gets like whole lot of protection from Aletheia, from all this mind magic, and I don't get any. Like I barely get any protection from mind magic when with Egra and fucking what is his name, Ohur. This is ridiculous. I'm like I'm following such a weak god. It's so fucking annoying. Everything is goddamn annoying at this point, honestly. Let's see. Notch an arrow. Oh, yeah, I already read all this. Working through your sickness, you focus on your target and let loose. The arrow plunges deep into the pulsating body of the monster. It shrieks and unclamps from the prisoner's face. The prisoner's corpse slumps to the floor, a hollowed out bowl where the face had been. Aletheia Edas, comes Avis's voice from behind you, bringing an immediate warmth that pushes out the hopeless sickness that had gripped you a moment before. The guard with the bloody short sword begins to charge straight at you, shouting, "Sweet oblivion, sweet nothing, take me." "Grim, what are you doing?" shouts Cressman. Wait, which guard? Oh, because he wants to kill himself or kill us in the process because his mind has been taken. "Grim, what are you doing?" shouts Cressman, who now stands between you, his spear ready. Oh. Yeah, I think let Pressman handle it. If I shoot him with a bow, it might end up with like them be like, "Oh, you have attacked a soldier of our keep" or some bullshit like that. And Command Cell, why the fuck would I waste my favor over a random person? So let's just let Cressman handle this. You step back. "Grim, stop," shouts Cressman desperately as he lunges forward with his spear, the tip going right into the charging soldier's neck and besides the jugular. Rather than stopping the guard, he pushes forward, punching the tip out of the spear out the back of his neck, sliding along the shaft. That is hardcore, by the way. I think that reminds me of that one scene from Tokyo Ghoul season 3, I think, where this dude gets chopped in half and he literally is attacking while he's chopped in half. It's hilarious. It's pretty good. And hardcore, as I said. Navel's crotch, you shout as Cressman lets go of the spear, his hands trembling, and now the crazed guard, whose name is Grim, a name he's living up to, is flailing his short sword at Cressman, seemingly oblivious to the spear through his neck. A tentacle from the monster lashes out at you. Leap back just out of range. The tentacle swings further, wraps around Cressman, lifting him off his feet. How? Is he blind or something? Does he not pay attention to the monster at all while Grim was dying? Fucking hell, this is so fucking stupid. Lifting him off his feet, another tentacle from the monster wraps around Cressman's head and twists with a sickening crack as the soldier's body convulses. The monster lets the dead man? Oh, comma, Cressman go. That's such a weird line. Why would he write it like that? The monster. Is this supposed to be read like really slow and super dramatic, like the monster lets the dead man, Cressman, go, and it still doesn't work. What the hell? Go, and the monster and the corpse falls to the floor, his armor clanking against the stone. The crazed soldier Grim, with the spear still in his throat, charges at you, but never gets near as Avis interrupts him, bringing her mace down on his skull with a crunch. Grim drops his short sword with a clank as he drops to the floor. Nice. At least we didn't take any damage.